Okay, I'm sure you all know where I'm going to go with this, don't you? All right, let's start out. First off, when I saw her with that happy face, I was just like so happy. I'm thinking like, wow, there's somebody else out there like me who gets all like energized, like talking Jesus vegan stuff, but it ends up being an anti-vegan stuff, and then it ends up being stuff that I don't even know if Jesus would have said yes to. So let's go here. Let me just rewind it right to the very beginning of what she says. Okay, can Christians be vegan or vegetarian? Absolutely they can. So let's go to the next one. What does she say then? Do Christians have? And she says no, and I say yes, they do. Oh yeah, they do. Why? It's not because they can't eat meat, they can. It's just that Christians have a responsibility to be Christ-like. And if Jesus was walking around in the 21st century here with me in Las Vegas, maybe he wouldn't come to Vegas though. Okay, but either way, if he was walking around Vegas, he would be vegan. Why do I say that? Because he has a choice that he didn't have 2,000 years ago when he was partying with his 12 buddies back, at the shores of Galilee. All right, he's got grocery stores. He has access, if he was here, he has access to food from around the world. We have airplanes that can bring us bananas when bananas don't even grow in our area. If you have a choice of getting food that comes from compassion or violence, I can't believe that people think Jesus would choose violence. That when God created animals with the ability to feel pain and suffer and want to breathe and a desire to live, so much desire that they will fight to the last minute to save their lives. And somehow people think Jesus would be like, yeah, put a bolt gun in their head and drag a knife across their throat because I want baby back ribs. No. Do Christians have to be vegan, vegetarian, like it says here? I don't know what side of the screen it's going to appear on. Yes, they do. And I think I've given you just a couple reasons why. What was the next thing she said? Am I free to judge according to my own circumstances? Well, you can judge based on your own circumstances. That doesn't mean it's going to be right. You're a human being. You can make mistakes. I can make mistakes. I could be making a mistake right now, believing that compassion is more important to God than violence. Yeah, I'm kind of being snarky when I say that because I don't know any Christian who would say, yeah, God will choose violence over mercy, except for when it comes to, their dinner. So I think this falls into what, about judging, what Jesus said about judging, judge not and all that. And in John chapter 7, not to judge by appearances and things. I mean, it's not that we can't judge. We've got every right to judge as long as we do it with the right kind of judgment. What does that mean? Well, if you have an opportunity to be kind and merciful and you choose not to, then it's sin. Again, this is the book of James. So we do have a right to judge, and we can judge righteously, and all we got to do is look at the situation, but it's not my circumstance. Well, maybe it is. Okay, like if your circumstance is you're stranded on a desert island, like we us vegans always get asked, and there's nothing to eat but an animal, your circumstance says, yeah, you got a right to try and survive. You can eat an animal. But that's not our circumstance, and I don't think it's this girl's circumstance either. Okay, she's not free to make that judgment. She is a Christian. At least I think so from the tags that are written below on, the hashtags she's got under there. If I'm wrong, I apologize, young lady. I don't know for sure. But your circumstance, if you're sitting in front of a computer, chances are it's the same circumstances as I'm in. And I can choose mercy and compassion. If you're a Christian, I expect you to do the same. And I think God does too. I'd be interested if you saw this to come back and hear your reasoning on why God says, yes, it's okay to inflict pain and suffering on animals. It's okay to eat products made from bestiality and animal abuse when you don't have to. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to think about some more judgments. And the first thing that came to my mind right now is Galatians chapter 2, where the Apostle Paul is talking to Peter. And what the heck was Peter doing there? And Peter was doing something like, oh, I'm going to act one way with this group and this way with another group. But Paul didn't say, well, Peter, bless your heart, young man. You're just following your circumstance. You're doing according to your circumstance. No. Paul called him out on the carpet and said, hey, man, you're doing it wrong. And they all agreed. So, yeah, we can do some judging here. And it can't be to your circumstances. When you become a Christian, you got to judge according to God's rules, not ours. Because if it was my circumstance, I think I'd do things a lot differently. I mean, not when it comes to the animals, because, just being kind to animals is anybody who's, it's like what was the other line with the vegan? They always say, can Christians be vegan? Well, instead of saying the word vegan, change it kind to animals. Can Christians be kind to animals? Yes, we can. Let's look at the next one. Do Christians have to be kind to animals? Yeah, they do. Think about it. Is there one pastor, preacher, reverend, rabbi, anybody who would say, no, you don't have to be kind to animals? Yeah, I don't think so. So I don't even know who this, I should look this up. I can't see because I got my, right there. It's blocking my view of this smiley face, but I like her smiley face. I'm very happy that she's happy, but I hope somehow she comes to the conclusion that she has a choice and she can choose mercy. Okay, I'm done with this one.